CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Weather conditions here in Landover, Maryland, 43 degrees. Forecast calls for a 30% chance of rain here this afternoon. Rock Cartwright, the return man for the Redskins. 27.4 yard per return average, ranks him 5th in the NFL. Ryan Lindell will kick it off for Buffalo. Both teams are 5 and 6, trying to stay alive in the playoff picture. We're underway from FedEx Field. Cartwright from the 5. He's got a lane. And brought down as he hit the 30-yard line by Sam Aiken on special teams. Jason Campbell threw for over 300 yards last week in a tough loss to Tampa Bay. The Redskins turned it over 6 times, 19-13 defeat at the hands of the Buccaneers. Along that offensive line, Samuels, Kendall, Robach, Fabini, and Hire at that right tackle spot. Backs and receivers, they need a big effort from Clinton Portis here today. Portis is coming off a 68-yard performance. Last week he had 2 fumbles. Mike Sellers is down, their lead fullback, with a back injury. On the quick toss. And Rashae Caldwell getting in on the act right out of the gate. A 5-yard pickup out along the sideline. Now let's take a look at the Buffalo defense. No Chris Kelsey today because of an ankle injury. So Ryan Denny, the veteran, steps in at that left end position. Linebackers, they've mixed and matched, but they found a group that they're comfortable with, led by John DeGiorgio. And in that secondary, pass defense ranked 29th in the NFL, but there are playmakers back there, including Terrence McGee. On a handoff for Portis. And busting through for a first down. 6-yard gain for Clinton Portis. New set of downs for the Redskins.
Well, obviously Clinton Portis playing with a heavy heart, but the workload on him is going to be significant today. Buffalo's going to give you a 7-man front, and I think the Washington Redskins come in believing they can run the ball against this Buffalo Bills defense, and Clinton Portis has to have a big day.
We are just underway, the Redskins and the Bills. 3 wide receivers set. Stick with the ground game. That hole closed up in a hurry for Portis, and Aaron Schobel got him down low. Gain of a yard, yard and a half. You know, for the Bills, this is a team that had won 4 in a row before back-to-back losses to New England and Jacksonville. They gave up 416 yards of offense to the Jaguars last week, a 36-14 loss.
When I asked Dick Duran, why have you given up 92 points in your last 2 games, he said, oh, playing New England. That was the problem, playing New England and not being able to get the stops on defense.
Cooley shifts out of the backfield, and Campbell looks to throw it. Good protection, a dart to Cooley. It'll be short of a first down by about a yard. Angelo Crowell wrapped him up. That's an 8-yard pickup.
Oh, Cooley is a weapon. He's a dangerous weapon. Very athletic tight end, having a sense for the soft spot in the zone, catching the ball just in front of Angelo Crowell. You don't run behind the linebacker. That pass gets intercepted.
And his high praise for Campbell, saying that Jason Campbell ties everything together. Flag comes down.
We got him.
They needed short yardage for the first down. They lost a yard.
False start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Well, that's veteran referee Tony Corrente, and it's Chris Samuels called on the false start, the talented 4-time Pro Bowler at left tackle.
Well, Chris Samuels well aware of the speed coming off the corner of Aaron Schobel, flinched just a little bit prior to the snap of the ball. Joe Gibbs told us, hey, we just have to settle in and play our game for the Washington Redskins. The problem with this football team, especially on offense, they just turned the ball over. Over 400 total yards of offense against the Buccaneers last week, but still turning it over 6 times.
412 yards compared to 192 for Tampa Bay. They're riding a 3-game losing streak. On the out route, Santana Moss. And a first down for the Redskins into Buffalo territory.
I think the young quarterback Jason Campbell is starting to get into a rhythm over the last few weeks. Now watch the timing of the route from Santana Moss just in front of Terrence McGee. An excellent throw in terms of ball positioning from the quarterback, Jason Campbell.
So Campbell is now 3 for 3. And just more on Cooley's comments regarding Campbell. When the team needs a play, they look to him. You know, other guys look for a running back or a wideout. They look to him. They lean on him. He sells the play fake. And a strike to Cooley. Lost the ball. The Bills have it. Chris Cooley spilled out inside the 20. A 27-yard pass play as Keith Ellison comes up with the recovery.
We told you they can make plays. It's holding on to the football that has been the major problem for the Washington Redskins.
Well, they're taking another look at this. The officials came together. Cooley initially said incomplete. Did he make a football move, Solomon?
Ball's in his possession. Let's see if that second foot comes down. I think he got it down before the ball was knocked out. There's no doubt he had caught the ball, and he got both feet down, and then we saw the collision, and that's when the ball came out.
Right now, Dick Duran is holding on to the red flag.
He's not going to throw it.
He should. 3rd and 10. Here's Campbell pumping, and Campbell on the move. Jason Campbell darts out of bounds. A first down for Washington as Campbell makes the play with his legs.
Chris Cooley was right. Watch Jason Campbell. He is the playmaker in the offense. This is just good pocket presence. We told you, poise and presence, one of his trademarks for a young quarterback. The ability to elude the pass rush and get out, move the chain with his legs. He's a big guy, but mobile and athletic enough to still make plays running the ball.
That's an 11-yard gain for Campbell. And the Redskins on the move at the 35 of Buffalo, a 4-receiver set. Portis sticks the helmet down and goes nowhere. No gain. Anthony Hargrove along with Ryan Denny there to greet him.
Talk about Washington coming in expecting to be able to run the ball. Gap integrity for the defense for Buffalo has been a problem. Remember the 50-yard run last week by Fred Taylor of Jacksonville. Jacksonville rolled up 124 yards rushing against the defense. If you can keep them on the field and wear them down, long drives, the long runs tend to come later in the ball game.
Double tight end set. It's Cooley and Yoder for the Redskins. Play fake. Betts is in there. Campbell under some heat, gets out of trouble and tries to find Betts. Incomplete. Ryan Denny applying that pressure for the Bills.
There was some pressure forcing the quarterback to change his launch point. Anytime you have to move and throw on the run, the accuracy tends to diminish. That time he had Betts. Had he been able to put the ball on the front side, should have been a completion, but credit the pass rush of the Buffalo Bills defense.
10th play of the drive coming up. Jim Leonard checks in as the nickel for Buffalo. First possession of the day, the Skins and the Bills. 3rd and 10. Betts single setback, working out of the gun. Campbell throws. Oh, he's got a cannon for an arm. Santana Moss. First down, Washington, inside the 15. That's a 21-yard hookup.
He had some pressure coming off the outside. Watch how he steps up in the pocket, and he gets Moss coming across the middle of the field. If he doesn't step up in the pocket, he's not able to buy more time for Moss to run that route.
You know, the question marks coming into this game. How would this team respond following the tragedy, putting their focus on football over the last couple of days without ever forgetting about their fallen teammate? Portis unable to break through, and it's no gain for Clinton Portis. That's 4 carries for 7 yards. Ryan Denny again in on the stop for the Bills.
But it's important for Washington and this offensive line to get moving and to continue to go to Clinton Portis. You can't abandon the run game because you're not effective early on. Remember, the yards are going to come later. You've got to keep pounding away, and maybe the success for Clinton Portis comes in the second half.
A long drive to open up the day. On 2nd and 10. Campbell will put it in the air, or will he? Tuck and run for Campbell. Brian Scott applying that pressure. It's a 4-yard gain for Jason Campbell in his 3rd year from Auburn. Very poised for a young quarterback.
Watch the initial pass rush. And there's a presence in the backfield right away, as you mentioned, from Brian Scott. Clinton Portis tried to block him, but that's what you've been getting from Buffalo, the speed and quickness that they have up front. And then they're starting to blitz. Joe Gibbs saying, hey, let's just make sure we get points now that we're down here inside the red zone.
They are 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Here's Campbell, straight back, pump, throw over the middle, and complete to Liddell Betts. Let's see where they mark it. He was right at the 1st down marker. Crowell and DeGiorgio there to stop him.
Oh, it's going to be by the nose of the football, if that.
They're looking at 4th and inches if they came up just shy.
Protection holding up that time, and Campbell smartly just checking the ball down. His foot is just beyond that 5-yard line.
Didn't get it. 4th down, Washington.
Now here's where I think you have to seize the momentum you've gained early in the game if you're the Washington Redskins. Looks like Joe Gibbs is thinking the same thing. You've got him on the ropes. You come into this game emotionally fatigued. You need something good to happen for your team early, something that you can build upon.
They've brought in a 6th offensive lineman, Lorenzo Alexander, who also plays defense. Tight end Brian Kozlowski also out there. 14th play of the drive. 4th and inches for Washington. And movement.
False start. Numerous players on the offensive line flinched. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Well, that's going to change the decision making now for Joe Gibbs.
That's something that you just have to be really frustrated with if you're Joe Gibbs. Watch to see if we can see the movement. It's with the motion. The left guard, Pete Kendall, left tackle, Chris Samuels. It's where you saw some movement once they set the motion going to the right side.
So Sean Sweezum, in his 3rd year out of Bowling Green, comes on to attempt a 27-yard field goal. The punter, Derek Frost, will hold it. And Sweezum puts it through. Washington on the board first. Long drive. They put up 3. 3-0 Redskins. Fourteen-play, 58-yard drive for the Washington Redskins to open up. Campbell was 5 of 7 for 45 yards. Also had 2 runs for 15 yards and a 3-0 lead after the field goal. Terrence McGee, dangerous return man. Off the kick from Sweezum. Ball is fumbled. Dwayne Wright, the up man. And the Bills get it back. So Buffalo holds on to it. Trent Edwards back as the starter. 3-1 record as a starter. He'll lead this Buffalo offense when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Pizza Hut. Double your toppings with the new Double Deep Pizza, only from Pizza Hut. And by the new 2008 Focus.
Back at FedEx Field, Buffalo Bills lining up. Washington has only 10 players on defense.
Reed Doughty is the guy who's expected to replace Sean Taylor in the lineup. He's on the sideline.
Edwards on a handoff to Fred Jackson, cutting to the outside. Jackson turns the corner and hit out of bounds by LaRon Landry. And now Reed Doughty will come on in the spot that was normally held by Sean Taylor.
Watch. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Boy. And you can see it's just going to break right off the left side. That one less defender in the box leaves the Redskins vulnerable on the defensive end.
Honoring Sean Taylor. The Bills took advantage of it. Edwards throwing on the run. And a bullet to Josh Reed. Reed Doughty in on that stop after the 2-yard gain. Clock is moving here in this first quarter, under 6.5 minutes left. Trent Edwards, he's the rookie out of Stanford, has not put up big numbers, but he's been a calming influence on this offense. Dick Geron has a lot of confidence in him. This offensive line has held up throughout the season. And the backs and receivers, Fred Jackson, first-year pro out of Coe College. Marshawn Lynch out with a high ankle injury. Anthony Thomas out with a calf injury. Jackson making his first NFL start. Pass to Lee Evans was off the mark and incomplete in a matchup with Sean Springs. Let's take a look at this Washington defense. They're top 10 in the NFL. Andre Carter leading the team with 8 sacks. London Fletcher, familiar face for the Buffalo Bills, spent 5 years as a member of Buffalo with seasons from 02 to 06, and in that secondary, Greg Williams, who called Sean Taylor the most talented player he had ever coached. 3-receiver set. Shotgun. Edwards throws, almost intercepted. Springs had it on his fingertips.
Trent Edwards told us these cornerbacks, they do a good job of disguising their intent to play man or zone coverage. That time, Sean Springs was in man coverage, had an excellent opportunity to come away with an interception, had a hard fall, and appears to be injured on the play. Breaks on this ball. See, he was already set inside, which is where Lee Evans was going on the slant route. Oh, Sean wishes he had caught that one and come away with the interception.
Went down awkwardly as Evans got him from behind. And Buffalo will punt. Veteran Keenan McCardell, the deep man, Antoine Randall, is inactive today. Oh, Brian Mormon. He placed it in the perfect spot. It'll be at the 6-yard line for Jason Campbell and the Skins.
Once that clock starts ticking, we got to go out and play and play with the energy that Sean would have played with. We can't duplicate Sean. We'll never get Sean back. It'll never be another Sean Taylor. But at the same time, what we can do is go out and try to play to the best of our abilities, because that's what Sean would do.
Washington Redskins running back Clinton Portis, one of Sean Taylor's closest friends, going back to their Miami Hurricane days, along with Santana Moss. Funeral for Sean Taylor will be held on Monday morning in Miami. The Redskins will attend as a team. Handoff to Portis, trying to push the pile. And John DeGiorgio got his hat in there, getting the gain of 2 on first down.
Okay, now if you're the Washington Redskins, I think what you have to do is you got to get your offensive line to settle down. They've been flinching at the line of scrimmage. I think the one way you do that is you have to allow them to run the ball. Now you have to do better on 1st and 10 than gaining 2 yards for Joe Gibbs. Keep the offense on schedule. This offensive line has to pick it up and start to get some movement up front in the run game.
It is a hip injury for Sean Springs. His return is probable. 3-0 Washington in front. Campbell on a pump, steps up, avoiding the pressure, but things collapsed as he cut through that hole. Kyle Williams helped make sure that it wasn't anything more than a 2-yard gain for the Washington QB.
They go with the play action fake, try to get Keenan McCardell down the field as well as Chris Cooley. Neither guy was open, and Jason Campbell has the presence of mind to not take the sack, not take a loss on the play. He's getting just beyond the line of scrimmage, setting up a favorable 3rd and 6.
The Redskins 3-6 after starting this season 2-0. They're actually under 500 for the first time this season. This is a 3rd and 6 from the 10. Operating out of the shotgun, Campbell. And finds Moss on a cross. Santana Moss weaving his way out of bounds. And a first down, 19 yards. It covers in the passing game.
Excellent play. He's going to come from here across the traffic. Watch how he will clear. They set the pick. John DeGiorgio, he's stuck in the phone booth. And once you get in space with Santana Moss, he clears the traffic and gets wide open for an easy throw for Jason Campbell.
3rd catch, 46 receiving yards for Moss. Anthony Mix steps in his first year from Auburn. That's number 19 in motion as a 3rd receiver. On the pitch, Portis makes a cut and able to turn it upfield and gain a yard. Dante Whitner making the hit, and a flag comes down. Penalty marker at the 33-yard line. Slow to get up, Todd Wade, the right tackle.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 96 came into the play late. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now that's Copeland Bryan, the undrafted free agent out of Arizona. And he is making his case as Stefan Heyer will come in for Wade. Heyer, the rookie from Maryland, taking over for the veteran Wade.
Let's take a look at what happened. Something right around the pile. Oh, there it is. Just a late contact to the head. Didn't appear to be intentional.
So Wade is able to walk off. Now in his 8th year out of Mississippi, former Dolphin, former Texan. John Jansen, of course, normally occupies that spot. But an injury to him and a revolving door at right tackle for the Redskins. First down after the penalty from the 46. Campbell on the quick out, asking Moss to create, and he does. A first down. Well, Santana Moss is finding that groove. It's been a disappointing season for Moss statistically. Just 500 yards receiving.
Watch the block by 47, Chris Cooley. That's the key block that gets him beyond the first down marker. If you want the ball, how about doing something to help other guys make plays? And that's why Chris Cooley is a favorite of this coaching staff and his quarterback. He's making plays without having the ball in his hand.
Moss went to the Pro Bowl in 2005, nearly 1,500 receiving yards. And Portis having a tough time grinding out yardage. One of his better carries, 3 yards. Jefferson and Deddy combining to bring down Clinton Portis.
Well, right now, the speed of this Buffalo Bill defense, they're very disciplined. They're very fast up front. Aaron Schobel on the outside, along with Ryan Denny, Larry Triplett, and Kyle Williams. They're starting to get some penetration. Remember, they're a small group. They play with a 7-man front. If you keep them on the field for long drives, you can begin to wear them down. Right now, the 6th play of this drive.
Double tight end set, Cooley and Yoder. On a dart, too high for Caldwell. Incomplete. Redskins now facing a 3rd and 7. Have the Bills actually had the ball in the first quarter?
Very briefly, and give Jason Campbell some credit for moving the chains, whether he's got to run it for a first down or make the smart throw. Right now, possessing the ball for over 11 minutes so far here in the first quarter.
Time of possession, 11:34, Solomon, as you just mentioned. 1:29 for Buffalo. Wade is back out there for the Redskins. And now a 3rd and 7. Washington is in Buffalo territory, already leading at 3-0. Betts parallel with Campbell out of the shotgun, throwing. Catch is made by Cooley. And battles for the first down. They'll move the chains after the great individual effort from 4th-year tight end Chris Cooley.
Cooley is the man on 3rd down, and you see him get open. But now watch how he stands up. See, he sees where the first down marker is now. Thanks to that blast of a hit from Angelo Crowell, it's enough to get Cooley beyond the first down marker. Watch 55. Crowell actually knocks him beyond that first down marker, allows the Redskins to pick up a first down.
Well, Cooley told us Buffalo hustles like no team that they faced this season. It's fun watching them on film because they fly around the football field. That time they came at Cooley, but he still got the necessary yardage. Campbell throwing, deep ball, hauled in by Cooley. First and goal, Washington inside the 5.
Cooley is one of those rare tight ends that safeties like Brian Scott, 43, you can't cover. You can't run with him. Excellent ball placement by the quarterback, Jason Campbell. And Cooley goes up to get it with 2 hands, not 1. An excellent route and tremendous timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
That was a brilliant catch by the reliable playmaker, Chris Cooley. Redskins are set up with a first and goal. Campbell faked the handoff, floats it, incomplete. Cooley got his hand on it. Josh Stamer was back there, the linebacker for Buffalo, and Cooley might be a little shaken up.
I don't know how Stamer was able to defend that play because Cooley was open and you thought the ball was right there on the money. Josh Stamer was initially beaten on the play fake, but then was able to recover and get back to defend his area of the end zone. See the play fake and then watch Stamer just grabbing that right arm where Cooley's not able to get 2 hands on the ball, only 1. And he lands on top of him. Appears to have jammed that shoulder right into the ground.
We'll step aside. 17 seconds left, first quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming. And by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Redskins with an opportunity to add to their lead, facing a second and goal with 17 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's been a dominant first quarter for Washington. Redskins have 7 offensive linemen out on the field and a 3 tight end look. Fake the handoff. Campbell flushed out. Campbell and forced out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line. John DeGiorgio applying the pressure for the Bills.
When you bring in 7 offensive linemen, you go heavy. You think that they're going to run the ball, but no, they go with the play fake and bootleg off that action. No one was open. Well defended by the Buffalo Bills defense.
So now third and goal from the 5. It goes down as a loss of 2 and a sack for the Bills defense. End of the first. Washington with a 3-0 lead. It was a moving ceremony pregame honoring the memory of number 21, Sean Taylor, Pro Bowl safety from the Washington Redskins, who passed away earlier this week. Washington with a 3-0 lead over Buffalo. They can add to it here on a third and goal from the 5. First play of the second quarter. Campbell wants to throw it. Out of the pocket. Campbell on the move, in trouble and dumped. Aaron Schobel getting to the quarterback.
Jason Campbell is down on the play. And I think this is where, as a quarterback, you have to save yourself. You cannot take a sack in that situation. Once you get outside of the framework of the tackles, you're allowed to throw that ball away and save yourself.
Now Campbell able to get up and walk it off. Let's take a look at the hit.
And now once he gets outside, see now, throw it away. I know he's trying to hang in there, but you have to get rid of the ball. Aaron Schobel, see that back knee as it goes jammed into the ground and twisted just a little bit on it.
Sean Sweezum, 28-yard field goal. And the Redskins with a 6-0 lead. We'll check the status of Campbell when we come back. It was a 14-play drive to open up, then a 13-play drive for Washington, but only 2 field goals on the board. 6-0. Jason Campbell appeared to be okay. He was walking around along that sideline. squeeze him on the kickoff. They tried to avoid McGee on the first kickoff of the day. This time they can't. Flag comes down. McGee, the spin move out around the 35-yard line. And penalty markers come flying.
Holding, receiving team number 75. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Duke Preston, the offensive lineman called on the hold.
Let's watch the injury to Jason Campbell. Watch the left knee. It twists and then is jammed into the ground under the weight of Aaron Schobel. Again, there you see that left knee. See it gets jammed into the ground. Joe Gibbs, what did he tell us? He said, hey, the two things you got to have as a quarterback, you got to have character and you have to have toughness. He said the quarterback can't protect himself. Jason Campbell proven to be tough. He wouldn't even let the doctors take a long look at him.
Yep. Gibbs telling us Campbell's dad is a coach. He's football smart, very tough. And he's shown that time and time again. Now let's see if this Buffalo offense can get something going. A two tight end set. We're just underway in the second quarter. On a handoff to Fred Jackson, and he's bottled up. Smoot, first man there for Washington. No gain for Jackson. The CBS Sports Store is the perfect place to find gifts for all the sports fans in your life. Shop online, beat the crowds. Just click on shop at CBSSports.com. Second and 10 now for Buffalo. Jackson had the big rip on the Bills' first play from scrimmage. Roscoe Parrish in as a third receiver. And it is Jackson driving through the middle. And Fred Jackson, first-year pro out of Coe College, Division III product. Played in the United Indoor Football League. I think I did a few of their games a couple of years ago. NFL Europe. He was part of the practice squad last year for Buffalo. And Dick Geron spoke highly of what Jackson brings to the field, although he's their third-string running back.
So did the quarterback, Trent Edwards. Said, hey, I like Fred Jackson, his quickness, his ability. They love his ball skills, and they said, hey, he's going to surprise you with some of the things he's able to do in this game today.
Shotgun, Edwards throws complete. Roscoe Parrish, first down, Bills. Another Miami product. Parrish known for his toughness at 5'9", 171, willing to take the hit, and a 9-yard gain.
Former teammate of Sean Taylor's at the University of Miami. There's a few of these players for the Buffalo Bills who knew Sean Taylor, who had even played here with the Washington Redskins while he was here.
First down for the Bills. Edwards, play action. Oh, knocked up in the air and incomplete. It was in the direction of Michael Gaines. NFL Today update. Let's head to New York. Check in with JB.
Ian and Solomon, you know Indianapolis can clinch a berth with the win and some help. Peyton Manning hooking up here with Dallas. Clark, little fade pattern, 5-yard strike. Came off of a David Garrard fumble inside Jacksonville's own 15. Colts up. Ian and Solomon.
Now, one of those measuring stick games, JB, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We know what the Indianapolis Colts are. We're not quite sure what the Jaguars can be when it's all said and done. Second and 10 now for the Bills. On the give. Jackson sheds one tackler and then brought down with white jerseys swarming. Picks up 3 yards. McIntosh in on that stop along with Landry. NFL Today update. Back to JB.
Ian and Solly, Seattle has won in Philadelphia the last 2 outings, but look at Matt Hasselbeck hooking up here. Bobby Ingram, 12-yard strike. Both Seattle touchdowns off of Lofa Tatupu's picks of A.J. Feely. 14-10, Seattle. Ian and Solomon.
Seattle, another one of those teams, Solomon. You just can't figure them out week to week.
Very schizophrenic, and now making the trip over to the East Coast. This would be a huge win for Seattle.
3rd and 7. Crowd is roaring. Edwards wide open over the middle. Josh Reed, the veteran, busts into Washington territory. And a first down for the Bills after the 16-yard pass and catch.
And you see the calming effect that Trent Edwards have on this team, and he's under pressure, but watch how he just surveys the field. Excellent route being ran by Josh Reed, the ability to break tackles. That's what you get with these small receivers for the Buffalo Bills. Yards after the catch are very important.
Edwards sprained his right wrist against the Jets on October 28th. He was the starter prior to that after replacing J.P. Lossman, who went down with an injury. Jackson met by the former Bill, London Fletcher, and he turned him the other way. 2-yard gain for Jackson.
Fred Jackson said, you know, I'm used to going up against London Fletcher every day in practice during the 5 seasons that London was their middle linebacker in Buffalo. He said, now I get to go up against him for real and watch London Fletcher, number 59. He'll come and say hello to Fred Jackson and knocking him back.
Fletcher had a huge impact on this Buffalo defense during his time there, emerged as a leader, as he is with Washington in his first year as part of the Redskins family. Edwards. Again deflected. This time Montgomery got a piece of it. And the Bills fortunate that no Redskins defenders were in the area. 3rd and 8.
Bills are very fortunate. Jerry Gray, the defensive back coach, and the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams. Let's see who's able to get a hand on it. Right there. It's going to be hit. But you have to be able to intercept all tips and overthrows. Got to be able to come away with those balls if you're Washington, batting those balls up in the air at the line of scrimmage.
Edwards is now 3 of 7, 27 yards. And again, the crowd responding here at FedEx Field. Out of the shotgun, quick hitter. It's Lee Evans. And he spilled out short of the first down. LaRon Landry with the hit on Edwards.
LaRon Landry does an excellent job of disguising. And when I asked Trent Edwards, I said, what do you know about Greg Williams? You know, he used to be the head coach there in Buffalo. He says, I've heard all week how he's aggressive at coming after young quarterbacks. And Greg Williams there dialed up one. Look at LaRon Landry, the safety, coming right up the gut. Forced an early throw from Trent Edwards.
Brian Moorman will come on for his second punt of the day. He's averaging 42.5 yards per punt. It's one of the best in the business. Sure-handed Keenan McCardell, 37 years old, forced into duty. Returning punts today. Jason Campbell's okay. He's got the helmet on. Washington with a 6-0 advantage. Coming up, Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, good to see him back. Boomer and Coach Cowher have the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's coming up on the Sprint halftime report. First 2 possessions for Washington, Solomon, and look what they've done. 14 plays.
Yeah.
13 plays, but only 2 field goals.
Been really good in terms of managing the clock. The offensive line's getting revved up and continuing to stick with the running game. Excellent balance for the Redskins.
On a handoff to Portis, he makes a cut, and he picks up 1. A lot of blue jerseys in the area there for Buffalo. Redskins have not been able to establish their running game as of yet in this first half.
But they're running well enough to have the presence of the play-action passes. That's why they've been able to get the ball in the hands of Santana Moss. We saw the play fake and then the pass down the field to Chris Cooley. The plays are coming out of the pass game, but those pass plays are made because they continue to stick with the run game.
Redskins scheduled to host the Chicago Bears on Thursday night. Campbell on a give. At Portis is brought down very quickly by Larry Triplett. Another NFL Today update to New York and JB.
Ian and Solomon. Peyton Manning continuing his excellence. 10th consecutive season with 21 touchdown passes or more. Here drilling this one on a go pattern there to Reggie Wayne. 14-0 Indy over Jacksonville. Back to Ian Eagle and Solomon Wilcox.
Well, JB, you get the sense that Peyton Manning and the Colts know when to rise to the occasion.
Well, the offense had been slumpy, but they're starting to get some players back from the injury, and now they appear to be clicking.
3rd and 11 now for the Redskins. Out of the shotgun, look out! Campbell in trouble, and a safety. Angelo Crowell for Buffalo.
Excellent play by the Buffalo Bills defense. Their ability to disguise their intent to blitz. Watch number 55. He's going to come right up the middle into the face of Jason Campbell. He cannot escape Angelo Crowell.
The Bills are on the board with their defense.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Campbell's Chunky, official soup and chili sponsor of the NFL. Chili's. Break out of your rut at Chili's. Pepper in some baby backs. Pepper in some fun. And by GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who want it more.
The sack and safety for Angelo Crowell. Washington now with a 6-2 lead.
Right through that right guard, right tackle area. As Todd Waite steps out, comes off the hip of Jason Fabini and gets right to the quarterback for a sack and a safety.
So Crowell, top 5 in the NFL in tackles this season, had 10 tackles last week. Now in his 5th year out of Virginia, former 3rd-round pick. Free kick from the punter Derek Frost. Roscoe Parrish, the return man. And Parrish, oh, got hit hard as he crossed the 35, and a flag comes down. It's a 17-yard return. John Eubanks will get credit for the tackle, but a penalty marker on that play. And a second one came in.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 35. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's backup defensive back Dustin Fox called on the hold. The Bills generating some points off their D. The 10th safety in the NFL this season. Washington 6, Buffalo 2. After the penalty, Bills take over at their own 26. On the quick throw, Robert Royal, the tight end, and met by Fred Smoot. Modest gain of 3. Coming up Thursday on CBS. An investigator's life spirals out of control in a powerful new episode of CSI. That's Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. On second down now for the Bills. Here's Edwards. Protection holds up and throws a strike to Michael Gaines. Spun down, a first down out across the 40-yard line as Reed Doughty made the play defensively. That covers 12 yards.
Now watch how quickly Trent Edwards is processed. See, he's looking, survey, he comes back to his second option, which is Gaines. Gaines can't quite shake Reed Doughty. If he's able to get that shirt loose, he might be able to gain more yards after the catch. But you love the way Trent Edwards is handling his offense right now.
Yeah, that's something Dick Sharon talked about. The fact that Edwards doesn't get flustered, doesn't lack confidence. Edwards hit from behind, but able to release it to Fred Jackson and turns it into a positive play. Andre Carter almost got the sack on Edwards. It's a 6-yard pickup.
Boy, Carter was coming off that right side. Watch this. Coming from the blind side, and see just the presence of when to get rid of that ball. Had he held onto it for another second, could have been a hit and a fumble. But you could see Trent Edwards, for a rookie quarterback, he has a presence.
Carter ran off holding the left side near his ribs. So Demetric Evans replaces him. Up the middle, Jackson's got a hole and a first down. Into Buffalo, should say Washington territory, with a 10-yard gain. And Jason Peters, the talented left tackle, the former tight end, is down on the ground. We'll step aside here in the second quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AIG. Live longer, retire stronger. Never outlive your money. And by Sprint, proud sponsors and avid fans of the NFL.
Jason Peters was able to walk off on his own. Kirk Chambers, 3rd year out of Stanford, former Cleveland Brown, will step in for left tackle. Another look at it.
Yeah, a couple of guys fell on him as he tried to get the chop block.
First down for Buffalo. Dwayne Wright, number 31, rookie out of Fresno State, is in for the first time today on offense. Play action. Edwards on the floater for Parrish. And he's brought down after the gain of 5. Rocky McIntosh, another Miami product, along with Lee Torrance, collaborating to make that stop.
And Edwards understands the principle at quarterback. Get rid of the football. Bad things happen when you hold on to it. Right now, Greg Williams is starting to send some blitzers at him. 6 players have caught a pass so far from Trent Edwards. So he's starting to spread it around, seeing the entire field. But the pressure from Greg Williams and his defense, they're going to keep coming after him.
Edwards was the 6th quarterback taken in the 2007 draft. 92nd pick overall. On 2nd down. And it's Dwayne Wright. Churning out yardage. Wright's got a first down to the 22-yard line. Melvin Fowler with a good block on the offensive line, and that's a 15-yard burst.
Good stretch play, and all they do is see they're going to get here, but see they're able to seal the corner, but then he's going to hit it up inside. His ability to get to that second level. See that stretch play? He hits it inside. They have excellent blocking from the wide receivers in the secondary. That's why he's able to move the chains. Right now, Buffalo looks real good on offense, and Trent Edwards is doing what he has to at quarterback to get this offense moving.
Longest run of Wright's young career. And a new set of downs for Buffalo to work with. Movement along that line, and flags come down.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Now that is the former Redskin, and he was a respected member of this Washington team for 4 years before signing the big free agent deal. Derek Dockery, 7 years, $49 million with the Bills, and he's brought a whole lot of stability to the Buffalo offensive line.
Especially the left side working next to Jason Peters. This offensive line just going to continue to get better.
Chambers stays in there for Peters on that left side. 1st and 15, double tight end set with Royal and Gaines. Edwards, deeper drop, and throws into a crowd in the direction of Royal. It's incomplete. Washington was over there. Doughty was over there as well for the Redskins.
And Edwards just understanding you got to get the ball out of your hands. This is his 5th start of the season. Had taken a few weeks off after he had an injury, and J.P. Lossman had come on. I asked him, what did you learn during your time off, and what do you bring to the table now that you get your 2nd stint as a starting quarterback? He says the progression has sped up in his mind, so he understands where to go with the ball after eliminating the 1st and 2nd guy.
Carter back in there for Washington, and Royal loses the football. Redskins have it. Robert Royal, the veteran tight end. Philip Daniels, the veteran defensive end, on the recovery as he looks to the heavens.
This week it's the Redskins who are coming up with the turnovers, opportunistic, getting the ball out and getting the recovery. Welcome back. This is Robert Royal. They're going to go with a tight end screen, and watch how they allow the pass rush to come in, just slipping the ball over to Royal, but he doesn't protect the football. Philip Daniels, he's in on the pass rush, but then comes back, swats the ball out, and then makes the recovery heads-up play by a defensive lineman. He recognized that he was coming in on the pass rush a little bit too easily. And so then he just turned and ran, just as you're taught, to get to the ball and made a play, forcing the fumble from Robert Royal.
Bills had something going on offense, moving the football. Instead, they turned it over. And now Washington takes over at its own 29. Liddell Betts is in there. They swing it out to Betts. And turns it upfield. Betts. Boy, a lot of momentum there from Betts as he got a block from Pete Kendall. And just a little bit short of a first down.
Washington Redskins, yes, they have moved the ball very effectively and efficiently, but not much to show for it. Only 2 field goals despite 2 drives over 13 plays for significant yardage. You can see since we got beyond the first quarter what has happened with this Washington offense.
Once again, 2 tight ends with Cooley and Yoder. Portis is now in the backfield, and he'll get the call. Clinton Portis, and will have enough for a first down. Give him a gain of 2, needed 1. Kyle Williams with the stop. Vote for the 2008 Pro Bowl at NFL.com/Pro Bowl or text PRO to 7777 via your Sprint service. Standard text rates do apply. Be sure to visit NFL.com. So line of scrimmage is now the 40. We are under 3 minutes to play in this fast-moving first half. Washington with a 6-2 lead on Buffalo. Fake the handoff to Portis. Instead, it's Santana Moss. He's got a running lane, and Moss has a first down into Buffalo territory. Chris Samuels getting outside the left tackle with a key block, springing Moss loose for an 11-yard pickup.
Anytime you get the tight formation, see, he's pointing it out. Dante Whitner said you're going to get the reverse to the other side because of the tight alignment. Easy to get the receiver into the backfield and get the ball from the quarterback. Dante Whitner tried to alert the defenders to the other side, and they fell asleep on the job as Santana Moss is able to make a productive play.
Moss had been dealing with a heel injury. No signs of that today. Campbell off the play fake. Campbell out of the pocket, gets rid of it, and takes a hit. It's incomplete. Yeah. 3 pass rushers, Solomon, getting in the face of Jason Campbell.
And smartly getting rid of the ball. I think as a quarterback, you have to use your mobility to buy a little bit more time, try to extend the play for the wide receivers to get open, but you also have to use your mobility to stay out of harm's way. Once you get outside of that tackle box, you can throw the ball away. They will not call it legal grounding of the football.
Washington has 3 timeouts remaining. Buffalo also has 3. And we're just at the edge of the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10 for the Redskins. Campbell standing tall in the pocket and connects with Cooley. Again, able to fight for extra yardage. And it could be just a little bit short of that first down as we hit the 2-minute warning. Ellison and Crowell there to bring him down. 1:58 remaining, first half. The Redskins with a 6-2 lead on Buffalo. The two teams who battled it out in Super Bowl 26 back in 1992, Washington and Buffalo. Redskins won that one 37-24. 6-2 Redskins leading this one. It's 3rd and about half a yard here for Washington in Buffalo territory. It's Portis, and he's got a first down. 7 offensive linemen for Washington once again. They've mixed and matched.
They got the movement they needed on that side of the ball, on the left side of the offensive line, and now they come with their spread formation. This is their 2-minute offense, going with, I think, 4 wide receivers.
From the 37 down to 1:26 and counting left in this first half. Shotgun formation. Campbell guns, complete to Cooley. And Chris Cooley has another Redskins first down. That's an 11-yard pickup.
Oh, Chris Cooley might as well be a wide receiver because he can line up in space, detach from the line of scrimmage as if he is a wide receiver. And boy, did he have wonderful speed and route as he came out of his break to make the catch.
5th catch for Cooley, 65 yards, under a minute left now. Campbell tossing one high towards the end zone and incomplete. Santana Moss, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd and 10. Coming up, Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Cower. They've got the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's coming up on the Sprint halftime report.
Washington Redskins would like to be able to strike one at the end zone. I think there was a sort of miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver on that previous play.
Yeah, there was a zig when there was supposed to be a zag. See if they look to go up top again. 2nd and 10. Play fake, deep drop. Campbell going against the grain to Cooley. And ducks out of bounds. A first down for the Redskins.
You just got to like what Chris Cooley brings to this offense. See, he lines up to the right side. They go play fake there, and he runs all the way clear across to the other side of the field where he finds the open spot in the zone. Been thrown to 9 times today, already 6 receptions, very close to 100 yards receiving in this game.
Cooley was very emotional when we spoke with him on Friday in regards to Sean Taylor. We'll tell you about that conversation later on today. Play fake. Campbell, oh, he was hit. Campbell got dumped from behind as Brian Scott again was able to apply some pressure.
Oh, sometimes when you have 3 wide receivers and the tight end, everyone getting out. Here's Scott coming in off that side, just hitting Campbell as he's releasing the ball. Forced an errant throw, but the pressure coming from this Buffalo Bills defense starting to get some pressure in their blitz package.
This is the 11th play of the drive, Solomon, the 3rd long extended drive of the day for the Redskins. But again, only 6 points up on the scoreboard. 38 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Campbell. Steps, end zone, too high for Cooley. Incomplete. And Campbell being helped up. He spent a lot of time on the ground here this afternoon.
They'll get another shot here on 3rd down. You can tell Campbell is wanting to get that ball in the end zone. He told us himself, he said, we've got to stop settling for field goals and get more touchdowns, because they're moving the ball on the Buffalo Bills defense. It's inside the red zone where Joe Gibbs' offense is coming up short.
A 3rd and 10 from the Buffalo 15. And Campbell will use the timeout. 34 seconds remain in this first half. Washington in front of the Bills, 6-2. Redskins have come up empty inside the Buffalo red zone in terms of turning it into touchdowns. And Dick Duran's defense has done its job here in this first half. It's 6-2 Washington. 3rd and 10 from the 34. After the Redskins timeout. 34 seconds remaining. Campbell throwing. Nobody home. He was looking for Cooley.
All kinds of traffic around Chris Cooley. Dante Whitner understanding that in these key situations, Cooley is the preferred choice of the quarterback, Jason Campbell. You can see 3 defenders in that area.
So we'll see Sean Sweezum come on. 25-year-old Canadian. 33-yard attempt. Ethan Albright will snap it. Frost the holder. And it's good. Washington builds on its lead 9-2, but not what Joe Gibbs wanted. 25 seconds remain in this first half from FedEx Field. Coming up Thursday on Survivor, with only 3 episodes left, it's anyone's game. Don't miss the season's most extreme immunity challenge on an all-new Survivor. China, Thursday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. Well, it's been a frustrating afternoon so far for Jason Campbell. He's made plays. He's 13 of 22, 152 yards, also has 18 rushing yards. But when they've gotten deep into Buffalo territory, Redskins have had to settle for 3 field goals. Here's McGee. Terrence McGee finally goes down at the 28-yard line. Kerry Campbell getting downfield to make the play. It is the District of Columbia version of the Wisdom of Solomon.
Well, how have recent Super Bowl winning coaches fared after coming out of retirement? Jimmy Johnson won in Dallas, could not do it in Miami. George Seifert won with the 49ers and couldn't recreate the magic with the Carolina Panthers. Bill Parcells, we know, won titles with the Giants, failed to do so with the Patriots, Jets, and the Cowboys, and now Joe Gibbs, 3-time Super Bowl winner with the Redskins. He comes back for a second stint. He's failed to find that same success in the 4 years since he's come out of retirement.
Right now his team is in front 9-2, but the way Washington has controlled the action, you'd think that lead would be a little more solid. Fred Jackson getting the carry, and that is not going to do it. 4 seconds left and a timeout taken by Buffalo. Well, for the Bills, they're doing this without Marshawn Lynch. Lynch is backup, the talented rookie from California. His backup is Anthony Thomas, the veteran who played for Dick Duran in Chicago. And Thomas is out for what's being called a calf injury. Story is it's a torn muscle behind his knee. They have confidence in Fred Jackson to step in and do the job, and Jackson has looked good. 7 carries, 53 yards, 20 of which came on the first play from scrimmage for the Bills today. Edwards on the day, 9 of 14, only 57 passing yards. And that will do it. End of the first half. Washington with a 9-2 lead. We'll be back. The Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Getting ready for second half action. Washington with a 9-2 lead over Buffalo. Welcome back to FedEx Field, everybody. Ian Eagle along with Solomon Wilcots. Understandably, it's been a very hectic and draining week for the Washington Redskins. Getting back on the football field would bring some sense of normalcy to this team. Offensively, Jason Campbell has shouldered basically all of the responsibility because they have not been able to run the football effectively yet.
Yeah, he has been steady, moving the chains, has gotten this team into scoring position. Need to improve down inside the red zone, but his ability to make plays, throwing the ball down the field and sensing the pressure in the pocket and really being right on the money, getting the ball to Santana Moss and to Chris Cooley. 13 for 22, 152 yards in the first half. Got to find a way to get the ball inside the end zone once they penetrate the red zone area.
Look at the halftime numbers. Washington controlling the clock. Buffalo 7 first downs compared to 14 for the Redskins. And passing yards, as mentioned, it's been all Campbell. And a reminder, this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. Both teams are 5-6. They're in the playoff picture, but on the periphery. They need to get some wins together and get on a run. Bills will have a home matchup with the Miami Dolphins next week, and the Redskins taking on the Chicago Bears here at home on Thursday night. Opening kick of the second half, Terrence McGee from the 15. And McGee, they angled it towards the sideline, so it didn't have a lot of room to work with. H.B. Blades down the field to make the play for Washington. How about your thoughts on Edwards, what you saw in the first half?
I like what I saw from Edwards. Now they have to be able to not only move the ball, but he's got to find a way to score. Most of the passes have been of the short variety, allowing the receivers to create yards after the catch. We'd love to see Steve Fairchild, the offensive coordinator, dial up some deeper pass routes, allow them to take some shots, particularly in man-to-man coverage against the Redskins cornerbacks.
Lee Evans has not been a factor here for Buffalo. Leading receiver is Josh Reed, 2 catches, 18 yards. Jackson with 58 yards on the ground. Edwards to throw it. First play of this second half. And catch made. Excellent grab by Evans. And a first down for the Bills. Good hands.
Yeah, Evans matched up with the young safety, LaRon Landry. He does that center field roll. That allows Evans to get to the outside in time to make the catch. Landry pushes him out of bounds. I think you're getting some good reads from this secondary. Yeah, they're trying to disguise it, but Edwards have to be able to find where the single coverage is, and that's where he has to attack the defense.
Second catch for Evans, covering 18 yards. On the give for Jackson. Keeps the legs moving for a 2.5, 3-yard gain. Reed Doughty combining with Cornelius Griffin to bring him down. Edwards getting this start, replacing J.P. Lossman. And Lossman, 10-21 in his career as a starter. He started all 16 games for the Bills last season, throwing for over 3,000 yards, completing 62% of his passes. But Dick Jauron felt it was time for a change.
Yeah, he said you can't deny that the future of our quarterback status, it lies with these 2 guys. Someone's going to win out.
Incomplete to Evans. Looked like a catchable ball from Edwards. And Fred Smoot in on that coverage for Washington.
Well, this is the shot we were talking about. Dialing up maybe something a little bit deeper in single coverage man-to-man. And you can see Smoot was in the diving position. If Evans makes that catch, he's going to have a lot of room to run and would possibly score a touchdown.
3rd and 7. First possession, second half. Bills down 9-2. Edwards timing play, up in the air, juggled and caught. Lee Evans Acrobatic grab over Fred Smoot.
You know, he nearly let this one get away, Trent Edwards, as he laid it because he said, I have to give my receivers a chance to make a play on the ball. This one's over the top. I think it's a really good concentration from Lee Evans, working his way back to the ball. Fred Smoot didn't have a chance. Evans had a step on him, but then was able to work his way back to the ball because Smoot, well, his back was turned to the quarterback.
Third catch, 47 yards. He was limited to 2 catches for 19 yards last week in the loss to Jacksonville. To the ground game. And Jackson is upended. Flag comes down at the end of the play as Jackson picked up 2.
Holding, offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Robert Royal called on the hold. They'll back it up.
Royal already with a fumble, a turnover early in the game, and this is a costly play. See him right there? Right there. See that? That's your holding. He literally tackled Phillip Daniels to the ground.
Should mention as well, Jason Peters has returned on the left side of that offensive line. Good to see after Peters was forced out of the lineup late in that first half. 1st and 20 following the hold on the tight end Royal. Here comes the rush. They handle it. Edwards, a floater upstairs, is incomplete. Roscoe Parrish down the sideline, stride for stride with Lee Torrance, former teammate of Edwards at Stanford.
Yeah, you can see Edwards right now. It's doing a good job of recognizing where the single coverage is. Right down at the bottom of your screen. Nice protection. Now he just has to be able to drop that ball right in over the top to Roscoe Parrish. Allow him to use his speed to run under.
2nd and 20. Bills come in averaging just over 15 points per game. That's 29th in the NFL. Edwards with a deep drop. Gets it out to Royal. And good open field tackle from Smoot, who loses his hat.
Smoot trying to get physical on Robert Royal. Making an excellent tackle in the open field. See, he drops coverage there, comes up, he reads it properly, and then make the tackle. Loses his helmet. But they've been working over to Smoot's side in single coverage. He gets matched up with Lee Evans in one-on-one. He can expect the ball to come out. 3rd and long, expect Greg Williams to dial up a blitz and come after Trent Edwards on this play.
Well, the chatty Fred Smoot is trying to get this crowd re-energized on a 3rd and 18. Edwards fires, catch made by Parrish, and then he's bottled up just short of the 20-yard line, a 12-yard gain, and well short of a first down for Buffalo. They'll send out Ryan Lindell, who has made 12 straight field goals. That is 5 shy of a team record. 2nd longest active streak in the NFL. So Lindell with an opportunity to cut into Washington's lead. We'll call it a 38-yard attempt. Mormon will hold it. Ryan Neal the snapper. Lindell from 38 yards away. And he's got it. 9-5. Washington now in front. I'm not sure I've ever said that score in my 11 years of doing the NFL. 9-5 Washington. So the Buffalo offense shows some signs of life with an 8-play 49-yard drive to open up this second half. Edwards was 4 of 6 for 56 yards, now 13 of 20, 113 yards on the day. Rock Cartwright, the return man. Lindell, the 38-yard field goal. 9-5 Redskins with the lead. This will be returnable from the 5 for Cartwright. And Cartwright busting to the outside. Lindell comes over to slow him down. And Cartwright picking up extra yardage along that sideline. "38-yard return for Rock Cartwright. First half possessions, Solomon, you can't fault the Redskins offense except when it matters most, and that's been inside the red zone.
Yeah, 3 of their first half possessions, 3 of the 4, going for 13 or more plays, so substantial time coming off the clock, but not much to show for it. 3 field goals, only 9 points. You have to be able to get the ball into the end zone. Jason Campbell knows it. You're allowing the Bills to hang around in this ball game.
That included a 1st and goal inside the 5. Campbell bootleg, steps and throws. Out on the perimeter. Rashae Caldwell going down low to bring it in. And a 1st down for Washington.
Well, he told you in the open that Jason Campbell had a big-time arm. It doesn't get any more big-time to this. He's clearly far on the other side of the hash. This one comes all the way to the other sideline while on the move, throwing off his back leg and is still able to drive that ball home to Rashae Caldwell. An impressive throw from Jason Campbell.
Now, there's no doubt he has made strides in his 3rd year out of Auburn. 2nd year as a starter, had 7 starts last season, 1st full year. Handoff, and Portis with a head of steam. Able to get a running start and dart for a 5-yard gain. Casey Robach, the former Raven, with a key block.
Joe Gibbs talking about Jason Campbell. He says, you know, he's won everywhere he's been, and they expect him to win here. I believe he is a quarterback that you can build your football team around.
Very coachable, something Gibbs discussed. On a handoff, it's Portis. And Clinton Portis. Whitner got him down low. It's a 2-yard gain for Portis. Portis set a franchise record with over 1,500 rushing yards in 2005, an injury-plagued 2006. And for Portis this year, numbers are good, but they're not sensational. They're not what the Redskins thought they were going to be coming off that 05 season.
Over the last few weeks, he's been really good. But I think this is on a 3rd and 3. This is where your offensive line has to really earn their money to be able to protect your quarterback and help your team get the 1st down.
Remember, no Antoine Randall L today. High throw. It's Santana Moss. He's making plays this Sunday afternoon. 1st down.
You know Santana Moss is inspired. And he wants to come out and impress and help his team to a victory. You're right. The ball was thrown high and behind him. He still found a way to haul it in. He's had some moments where he struggled earlier in the season. But boy, as he worked his way out of it, you see the production has come today as he's renewed his effort. And I think more importantly, he's renewed his ability to focus.
So the Redskins on the move again on the toss for Portis, trying to shed tacklers. Actually ran into his own man, Samuels. And it's going to go down as a loss of 1 on the play. Dante Whitner applying some of that pressure in the backfield.
That's where the offensive line's got to be able to get the push. But the secondary defenders, Dante Whitner coming up and getting into the crease. We've seen Angelo Crowell able to be effective stopping the run, as well as getting pressure on the quarterback. The offensive line for the Washington Redskins got to do a better job of shoring up, making sure no leaks are getting into the backfield.
So many connections with Sean Taylor. Whitner told us that Sean Taylor was actually his host when he visited the University of Miami. A rope to Keenan McCardle. 11 yards. Will it be enough for a 1st down? McGee and Whitner there defensively. And yes, they'll move the chains.
Yeah, good throw here from Campbell yet again. He read Whitner. Whitner slide in outside and see him working underneath Terrence McGee and just beyond Dante Whitner. And now this is where, inside the red zone, where the Washington Redskins offense has to find a way to score.
New set of downs for Washington to work with. Almost intercepted. Keith Ellison got his hands on it.
He was dialed in to what they wanted from that formation. 2 wide receivers set to the left of Campbell. See, 3-step drop, and you throw it, and if he makes the catch, he's going to return it for a touchdown.
So Washington avoids the potential of a big play for Buffalo. Ellison couldn't hold on to it. It's 2nd and 10 for the Redskins. 7:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. 9-5 Washington. Campbell on the quick toss. And Keenan McCardle is forced out of bounds. He is number 6 among active players with nearly 11,500 career yards. Some of the names? How about all the names? Harrison, Bruce, Owens, Moss, and Holt, the only ones in front of him.
And Keenan looked as if after a 15-year career saying, are you expecting me to get yards after the catch? He could not shake Terrence McGee as we see the Washington Redskins put together yet another long drive.
And he's returning punts today as well at 37 years of age. Shotgun formation. 4 receivers set. Can they convert this 3rd down inside the red zone? Yes, they can. It's Cooley. 1st and goal inside the 5 for Washington.
Anytime you get the safety matched up against Cooley, see, watch him here. He'll break it out on there, and see, and that's Jim Leonard. And there's the separation. Easy throw and completion for Campbell. You get the safety matched up against Cooley. You got to like Cooley's athleticism, his ability to win in the open field against the safeties for the Buffalo Bills.
They tried throwing it on 3 occasions when they had a goal-to-go situation earlier. 7 offensive linemen. Let's see if they go to the running power attack. They do. Portis, he's in. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Even though the Bills had loads of penetration getting into the backfield, Clinton Portis just did a really good job of picking his way through the traffic, and guys ran right by him as he went into the end zone.
A 10-play, 57-yard drive. And it's the former Miami Hurricane, Clinton Portis, taking it in. Squeeze him the extra point. Redskins extend their lead. It's 16-5 in the 3rd. Portis, it's been a tough day for him, but he hits pay dirt for the Redskins.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Radio Shack, where this holiday season, you don't just buy stuff, you do stuff. And by Verizon Wireless.
First touchdown of the day. It's Clinton Portis, giving Washington a 16-5 lead. A 3-yard run for Portis. Squeeze him to kick it off. Oh, it's a short kick. Neufeld lost it. And the Bills will have it just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, when Portis scored that touchdown, he lifted up his jersey underneath a t-shirt. Sean Taylor close to Portis's heart. Now the Buffalo Bills have been looking for a spark on offense. A 2-game losing streak. Dick Duran inserting Trent Edwards back into the starting lineup as the quarterback hands to Fred Jackson. McIntosh with the stop as Jackson gets the call. Tuesday on CBS, catch Heidi Klum and all of the Victoria's Secret fashion models, plus musical surprises in the all-new Victoria's Secret fashion show. That's Tuesday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. 2nd and 5 now for Buffalo. We will hit the 5-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. And the Bills in an 11-point hole. Keep it on the ground. Jackson struggling for extra yardage. And give him a gain of 3. Andre Carter grabbing him down low along with Griffin. And 2 yards shy of a first down.
You know, Jackson has shown some flashes, but if he really wants to impress, this is the point where he has to do it. Out rushing Clinton Portis so far in this game with 11 carries and 69 yards, but it's at money time. 3rd down, 3rd quarter. This is where the team needs you the most. Should not have to put the ball in the air to convert on 3rd and 2.
Read the motion man. They will throw it with Edwards. Offline to Josh Reed.
Well, sometimes you can overthink the situation. Why not stick the ball in the belly of your running back, Fred Jackson, allow the offensive line to go to work for you? No way you should look to throw the ball on 3rd and 2 and show it from a passing formation.
Brian Moorman will punt for the 3rd time. And again, it is Keenan McCardle back deep for Washington. Moorman gets it off cleanly, not one of his better boots. Off the side of his foot. And Moorman having his difficulties here today. Pretty good field position for Washington after the 31-yard punt, 16-5, Redskins.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Phillips Norelco. Phillips, sense and simplicity. And by Volkswagen. It's the sign, then drive event. Get into any 2008 VW for practically just your signature.
Back at FedEx Field, better than 91,000 on hand for the Redskins and the Bills. On a day where Sean Taylor was remembered, number 21, passing away earlier this week, early Tuesday morning, after being shot in his home on Monday morning down in Miami. Redskins with a 16-5 lead. Campbell to Portis and try to juke move, but Keith Ellison was able to stick with him. It's a 2-yard gain through the air. But Solomon, a weapon has reemerged for the Washington Redskins today.
Santana Moss playing with a heavy heart, but energized, making plays for his quarterback, Jason Campbell, and for this offense. His ability to create yards after catching this huge 3rd down catch to continue to move the chains. He'll let you know it's a 1st down, 5 catches, 63 yards, and still adding to it.
And that combination of Moss and Cooley through the air. A lot of chemistry between Campbell and Cooley, no doubt. On the give to Portis, and the Bills were prepared. Larry Triplett, first man there. Initially, Campbell did a good job of selling it as a fake. At least a good job to me, not to the Buffalo defense, because they were absolutely ready for Portis up the gut.
Yeah, credit the Bills' run defense today, doing a really good job shutting down Clinton Portis, forcing a 3rd and 7. Now let's see if they can come and apply some pressure onto Campbell. But Campbell's been so cool under pressure. He's found his man on 3rd down. 7 of 11 on 3rd down so far in this game.
Campbell out of the shotgun here. Under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd. Creeping towards the line. Here come the Bills. Campbell steps up. And Campbell devoured. Loose football. The Bills have it. Campbell coughs it up. And it is Angelo Crowell. He had the safety earlier and the fumble recovery here in the 3rd quarter. And Campbell again slow to get up.
And this is the area where Campbell has to improve. Protect the football. 95, Kyle Williams is able to get the sack and the strip, forcing the ball out.
Off the turnover, Buffalo offensive coordinator Steve Fairchild. What does he have up his sleeve with the Bills' best field position of the day?
Coming off the turnover, plus 40-yard line, you like to see him take a shot deep.
From the 39 of Washington, Edwards looks. Edwards underneath and makes the connection to Josh Reed, the veteran. And very close to a 1st down.
And he did look over to Lee Evans, who was covered by Fred Smoot. That forced the check down, but Steve Fairchild dialing up something where you can take a shot. Anytime you get the ball on a turnover in this area of the field, you'd like to be able to use that spacing before it gets crowded once you enter the red zone area.
A 1st down for the Bills at the 29. On the ground, Jackson through a hole and lunging forward for a gain of 4. Andre Carter will be given credit for the tackle as we step aside. NFL Today update to New York and JB.
Ian and Solomon, battle going on in Philadelphia. Take a look here. Seattle's Maurice Morris heading to pay dirt. 45 yards on the run. It is now 28-24 Seattle. They're in Philadelphia. Back to Ian and Solomon.
Well, good one between Seattle and Philly. Eagles in desperate need of a win if they want to stay in the playoff chase. And we know all about the issues in the NFC West. Timeout Edwards with 1:24 to go in the third quarter. 16-5 Washington in front. Time for another update. Back to New York and JB.
Hey, Ian and Solomon, take a look here. Jacksonville coming right back. Play action, rolling is David Garrard, hooking up with the tight end Mercedes Lewis for a 2-yard strike. 12 plays, 69 yards. And Peyton Manning just threw a pick. Jacksonville with the ball again. Back to Ian and Solomon.
Jacksonville looking to go into the RCA Dome and steal one, battling for that AFC South division. Jack Del Rio believes that they can unseat Tony Dungy and the Indianapolis Colts in that division. Look, 9-2, but Jacksonville right on their heels, one game back.
Empty backfield after the timeout. 2nd and 6 for the Bills. Now a shift. Jackson behind Edwards. And the flip. That was a bounce to Josh Reed. Incomplete. Sean Springs now along the sideline for Washington. His back is tightened up. He could return, but as of right now, the Redskins are playing without their talented cornerback.
Yeah, Lee Torrance, number 29, has come in. And you got to expect Buffalo to be able to take some shots. Sean Springs is too valuable to the secondary. And with him gone, you got to be able to find the weak link and hope to break the chain.
3rd and 6. Fans waving the number 21 towels. Edwards to the end zone and broken up. Lee Evans in a matchup with Fred Smoot. Bills went for the home run ball.
I know you want to go to Lee Evans, but you had Josh Reed working to the other side against Lee Torrance. This ball's over the top, and watch him try to work his way back. It's just a good job by Fred Smoot stripping away at the ball. Watch him strip and rake at those arms and get the ball out before Lee Evans can come down with it.
So Smoot makes the play. And now a 43-yard field goal attempt. Lindell has been excellent this season. 13 in a row. Lindell from 43 yards away. He nails it. And the Bills chip away again. It's 16-8. Washington off the turnover. Buffalo gets the field goal with 1:09 to play in the third.
Now Lindell put a nice little draw on this one as it curls right in there. And Trent Edwards, the rookie quarterback, for his head coach, Dick Durant, getting the ball into scoring position. I know what he's saying to himself, yeah, but we have to be able to get touchdowns, and he's right. Field goals are not going to be enough.
Coming up tonight on The Amazing Race, the teams are challenged beyond their expectations as they tear through Europe. It's an all-new Amazing Race. That's tonight after 60 minutes. Right here on CBS. So 1:09 to play in the third quarter. Washington 16, Buffalo 8. An emotionally charged afternoon here in Landover, Maryland.
Right now, if you're Joe Gibbs, you're telling Al Saunders and your coaches, hey, we got to protect the football. So take a look at many ways they're honoring Sean Taylor in his memory. The Redskins turned it over 6 times last week against Tampa Bay. Nearly handed the game over. That last turnover by Jason Campbell handed Buffalo 3 more points. As you get to this point in the game, you've got to protect the football.
Ball came off the tee. So Lindell will get another shot at it. If it happens again, they'll have to bring out a holder. Rock Cartwright is deep. Standing at the Washington 3. Here's Cartwright from the 5. Up the middle, breaks a tackle, and a flag comes flying in as he's brought down at the 29-yard line. It's a 23-yard return. Clock stops, 1:02 left in the third. Tony Corrente.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 50. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Kerry Campbell called on the hold, and that is Josh Stamer, the veteran linebacker out of South Dakota. Now in his 5th year in the NFL, Dick Jauron will come over to check on his achieving outside linebacker. (16-8), Washington with the lead. And Stamer appears to be okay. He may have taken a knee on that special teams play.
Right in the middle there, you see the hit right there. He's probably had that stinger. He made contact with Rock Cartwright and just laid down there a little bit dazed.
So Stamer to the sideline. And the Redskins take over after the penalty. 1st and 10 from the 12. It is to Portis. Up the gut. Clinton Portis is averaging 1.7 yards per carry today. John DeGiorgio with that tackle. He picks up 3, maybe 3.5 for Portis on first down.
Well, here as we approach the 4th quarter is where Joe Gibbs expects this run game to start to heat up. The offensive line should start to take control of the ball game. They've rolled off 54 plays compared to 37 for Buffalo.
Campbell on the slant, and it's incomplete. Rashae Caldwell could not bring it in cleanly. Terrence McGee with the coverage. And sets up third down with 26 seconds left in the third.
Watch McGee get that arm in there and rake that ball out from Rashae Caldwell. So you watch that right hand. He's able to rip at the hands of Rashae Caldwell, not allowing the catch. Excellent coverage from Terrence McGee.
Fans getting restless here in Washington. Big play here. They're deep in their own territory, and it's Campbell on a roll. Campbell throwing on the run, knocked up in the air and intercepted. Larry Triplett. The deflection from McGee. The Redskins turn it over for the 2nd straight possession.
It was Chris Cooley who told us about this Bills defense, that they take pride in flying to the ball. Now watch after the ball is tipped. The defensive lineman, there he is, right there. Larry Triplett, who started on a pass rush, he'll turn and run to the ball. And his ability to hustle after Terrence McGee bats the ball in the air allows the defensive lineman to come away with a crucial interception for Dick Jauron and the Bills defense.
And that turned out to be a very long carom as Triplett was in the area, Solomon. His first career interception. Now the crowd is energized, trying to root on this defense. Handoff to Jackson. Made a cut and turned it upfield and picked up 1.5. That'll be the final play of this third quarter. Washington with a 16-8 lead on Buffalo. Will come back to FedEx Field after this message and a word from your local station. This is the NFL on CBS. Big question coming into this game: how would the Washington Redskins respond following the terrible tragedy from earlier this week? Sean Taylor dying on Tuesday morning. Would they feed off the emotion, or would they be drained by the painful week of mourning? It's 16-8. Redskins in front. Jackson turning the corner. And he brings it inside the 20. It's a 3-yard gain. Demetric Evans chasing him down out along the sideline.
And now the pressure is on the Washington Redskins defense to come up with a play. Turn back the Buffalo Bills, who've been able to get 2 third-quarter turnovers to put them in a position to get back into the ball game.
Defensive coordinator Greg Williams sending out the signals. We are just underway in the 4th quarter. Ian Eagle, Solomon Wilcots, and the rest of our CBS crew. FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Many fans come to their feet. Edwards throwing. Open man is Reed. First down, Buffalo.
We told you that Trent Edwards, the rookie quarterback, he's showing us some poise. His movement in the pocket just ever so subtle. See him work the progression, start off to his left, comes back to the other side to find Josh Reed. Pearson Prelo, he's in chase. And so you just really want to credit the poise of the young quarterback Trent Edwards, just going through his progression, finding the open receiver.
First and goal for the Bills from the 10. Edwards on the give. Jackson. Flags come down. Jackson trying to zigzag as he stayed on his feet. Strong effort from Fred Jackson as he picks up 5.
Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Now it's on that right side. Langston Walker called on the hold.
Langston Walker, big guy, 365 pounds, trying to hold on to whatever he can. Right there. That would be considered a hold. Sooner or later, you have to let him go.
Grabbing on to Phillip Daniels, and the officials caught him. So now first and goal from the 20. Trailing by 8. Early stages, 4th quarter. Edwards couldn't handle the snap. Football is free. And it is claimed by Fowler, the center. So back it up. Second and goal. The Bills headed in the wrong direction.
On 2 consecutive plays, you have miscues by the Buffalo Bills. Fowler did get the ball up, but Edwards didn't stay in there and didn't receive the ball. See, the ball's up right in his hands, but what you had by the rookie quarterback, Edwards started to pull out prematurely, did not possess the ball cleanly.
Second and goal. Play clock winding down. Here's Edwards on the give for Jackson. Able to shed 1 tackler, but only picks up 2. London Fletcher sniffing out Jackson. Third and goal now for the Bills.
And the miscues by the Bills on offense has really set up the Redskins defense now where you can make a play. If you're Greg Williams, you have to decide, do we come after the young quarterback and force a quick throw, or do we stay back in coverage where we've already seen Josh Reed get loose to pick up a first down?
Third down for Buffalo.
They're going to go zone coverage.
Edwards in the pocket. Underneath to Robert Royal. Royal forced out of bounds, and a flag thrown. 2 flags inside the 10.
They're going to get an illegal block down the field by the Buffalo Bills.
Royal had something to say to LaRon Landry, the rookie out of LSU. And Tony Corrente sorting it all out. It was 3rd and goal for Buffalo from the 24. And still talking going on. Dockery and Fred Smoot.
Look at Derek Dockery.
Offense, number 22. This penalty has been declined. 4th down.
So it's now 4th and goal from the 6.
There it is there. See? And that's why Royal's able to get to the outside. As you see, he collides with LaRon Landry.
So Ryan Lindell on. Short field goal attempt for him. With the Bills trailing by 8. Already 2 for 2. Made a 38-yarder. Made a 43-yarder. He's made 14 in a row. And can make it 15 straight if he connects on this 24-yard field goal attempt. Lindell pushes it through. And it's 16-11 Redskins. We've got 11:14 left in the fourth. Signs of number 21 Sean Taylor all over FedEx Field, including on the jerseys of the Washington Redskins and on the helmets as well. The Bills get a field goal from Ryan Lindell. It's 16-11. You may ask, why didn't Washington accept the penalty? Well, they didn't want to give Buffalo another crack at the end zone because it was the hold from the spot of the foul. It would have been 3rd and goal from about the 19. And the Bills elected to kick the field goal on 4th down. Rock Cartwright, the return. And Cartwright is brought down short of the 30-yard line. A 21-yard return, and that's where Jason Campbell will start things off on offense for Washington. Coming up, Subway postgame show. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. They've got the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Subway postgame show. Boomer says hello, Son, by the way.
I could say hello to Boomer, my former teammate. You know, Boomer was one of those guys that can make plays in the 4th quarter. That's exactly what Joe Gibbs wants from Jason Campbell. 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter last week. Now he's got to step up and take the next step.
Portis with a stiff arm going to the outside, and Terrence McGee. He was a bolt over there on defense, and a 4-yard gain for Portis. Apparently, I only work with former Bengals. I don't know if Ickey Woods is available.
Hey, he will be, I'm sure. He'll dance his way into the press booth.
2nd and 6. Campbell on the day, 19 of 31. He's got 202 yards and a pick. Campbell, oh, excellent protection. Up top, flag thrown. Caldwell in a matchup with Jabari Greer.
I don't know. This one to me is a free-for-all because the ball is placed in a really good spot, and after Rashay Caldwell touched it, that's when the contact began. I thought Jabari Greer was playing the ball all the way. And I thought it was a fair. He never prohibited.
Pass interference, defense, automatic, first down.
I'm not so sure that he prohibited Rashay Caldwell from catching the ball until Rashay catch. Okay, there's the arm bar. Oh, yeah, there's the grab. He grabbed cloth. He did grab cloth. I stand corrected. Excellent call by the officials.
An SEC battle, Florida against Tennessee there. First pass interference penalty since October of 2006 at Chicago. Wow, that's a 26-yard penalty. Portis dancing his way to the outside. He was looking for some extra push from his blockers along that left side.
Yeah, he had to give Pete Kendall a little shove, saying, hey, get up in there. I'm ready to go. He was insisting that his left guard, who pulled out in front of him, start going downhill. You only could go lateral for so long.
19 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown for Portis. Dick Duran once again asking his defense to stand tall with just over 10 minutes to play in the fourth. Washington with a 5-point lead on Buffalo. Fake the handoff. Campbell being chased, throws incomplete. And over the head of Todd Yoder. That was Brian Scott, who has made it his business of finding his way into the pocket throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, Campbell has been under pressure all day. They've gotten some hits on him. Aaron Schobel driving that knee in the ground, then the sack and safety from Angelo Crowell. The pocket collapsing around him. He's done his best to move around, but so far sacked 3 times on the day, and if it were not for his athleticism, would have been even more.
On 3rd down, Liddell Betts in the backfield on a 3rd and 8 from the Buffalo 39. Here's Campbell. Stepping up. Campbell flicks it. Incomplete. Looking for McCardle.
Receivers falling down, quarterback under pressure, and right now this Washington Redskins offense is out of sync. And give credit to the Bills because they're sending pressure. Perry Fuel, the defensive coordinator, able to get pressure on the quarterback, forcing the early throw.
First punt of the day for Derek Frost. Roscoe Parrish deep, and it will take a Buffalo bounce. Touchback to the 20. 39-yard punt, but a net of just 19. 9:48 to play. It's close here in D.C.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by HP. Explore your creativity at hp.com/what do you have to say. Zales, the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store. And by McDonald's.
It's a great football town, and they have come out here today with all the emotion. Redskins with a 16-11 lead on the quick strike to Jackson, met by Marcus Washington. It's a 4-yard gain through the air. Check out the fantasy leaders here in week 13. Have to include the Thursday night matchup. That's why Tony Romo is #1. For Rott, big numbers for St. Louis. Adrian Peterson.
Wow.
Guess he's healthy.
He's back.
T.O. Reggie Wayne having a monster day. 7 catches, 142 yards, and a touchdown for Indianapolis. Shotgun formation. Here's Edwards on 2nd and 6. He throws, and not on the same page. It's over the head of Roscoe Parrish. Incomplete.
A wonderful route that time by Roscoe, because Roscoe jammed that foot in the ground and started driving his way back to the ball, which sailed high over his head. So you could tell the quarterback, Trent Edwards, out of sync that time with a beautiful route ran by Roscoe Parrish.
Play calling of Steve Fairchild, critical here in the 4th quarter. Bills trying to manufacture a first down on a 3rd and 6. Down by 5. Edwards throws in stride. He's got Jackson. It's a foot race. And Jackson forced down by LaRon Landry. Oh, big play for Buffalo.
They got the matchup they wanted with Fred Jackson matched up against the linebacker. And watch, he's going to come right out of the backfield, and they catch him over the middle, matched up with London Fletcher, and the speed of Jackson allows him to pull away. And if LaRon Landry doesn't come over the top, it's going to be a touchdown.
54-yard catch and run. That matches the longest of the season for Edwards. Of course, the longest for Fred Jackson as Dwayne Wright comes in for him. Edwards swings it out to Lee Evans and extends his body out across the 20-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup down to 8:24 and counting left in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, now you think back to those early possessions by the Redskins on offense. Long drives that resulted into field goals, allowing the Buffalo Bills team to hang close on the scoreboard. And now it's Trent Edwards' turn to show that he can lead his offense. He's done an excellent job moving the chains here in the 2nd half.
Now a 2nd and 6 from the Washington 18. Double tight end set. Royal and Gaines fake the handoff. Out of the pocket. Edwards tuck and run. And he's got the angle out along the sideline. Short of the first down. He picks up 4 on the scamper.
And what you like about Trent Edwards, he's just clear and decisive. It's the bootleg, and the receivers aren't able to get open over to that side. See, he tucks it and runs it immediately. He doesn't try to buy time, doesn't allow the defense to get an angle where he can't advance the football. So he makes clear, decisive decisions. Very accurate when he makes that call in terms of whether to run it or get rid of it.
3rd and 2. Just inside the 15. Handoff to Wright. He is stopped. The white jersey swarming. Marcus Washington. Anthony Montgomery. McIntosh. And it's 4th down.
They blitz the run. Watch 52, Rocky McIntosh. There it is, stepping up, turning back the Buffalo Bills. Big time play by the defense.
So Ryan Lindell will come on for a field goal attempt. With 6:42 left, Lindell has converted on all 3 attempts. This from 33 yards away. And Lindell splits the uprights again. That is 16 in a row for Ryan Lindell. It gets a little tighter in D.C. We asked Joe Gibbs how he thought his team would handle this situation playing today after everything they've been through this week. He told us, hey, I've given up trying to predict how this team is going to react to anything. I know they're a resilient group. I expect their best effort. Right now, Washington's lead is down to 2. 16-14 after Lindell field goal. 6:33 to go in the 4th.
And Joe Gibbs said, hey, my team has to find a way to be able to take the next step, to be able to find a way to win games. And he mentioned even his quarterback, Jason Campbell, said last week he led us on a 70-yard drive. Felt like he was making all the right moves, but then the costly mistake at the end of the ball game. They've got to find a way to finish this game off after getting off to such a really good start in the first quarter.
And Campbell added to that, saying, yeah, it's nice that we've been in a position to win, but now we've actually got to go out and win. Yabodi will hold it for Lindell on the kickoff to Rock Cartwright from the 7. Cartwright stays on his feet, trying to double back the other way. Cartwright down the sideline and forced out of bounds. Stamer missed, and it turned into a 32-yard return for Washington.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Warner Brothers' new motion picture, I Am Legend, in theaters Friday, December 14th. And by Wachovia, smart financial decisions. Are you with Wachovia?
Washington Redskins with a 16-14 lead on Buffalo. Both teams 5-6. We've got 6:23 to play in the 4th. And the Redskins take over at their own 38-yard line after the return from Cartwright. Handoff to Clinton Portis. And nowhere to go. Picks up a yard. Aaron Schobel, along with Ryan Denny, there to make the stop for Buffalo.
The Buffalo Bills run defense held up early and seems to be holding up late. Not wearing down as Clinton Portis limps off the field. But they have held up. They continue to play fast. They continue to flow and run to the football. Their great hustle has yielded turnovers and getting them back into the ball game.
Replaced by Liddell Betts in the backfield. Now a 2nd and 9. Campbell to throw. Out route. Catch made by Caldwell, but can't make that extra move on George Wilson. So short of a 1st down, it brings up 3rd and short for Washington.
No, this is a good tackling defense, and watch George Wilson. Now he's got a lot of ground to cover, but see, still in the open field, not allowing yards after the catch makes a huge difference in your ability to play good defense.
Wilson had been accustomed to getting tackled. The former wide receiver, converted safety, and what a revelation he's been for the Buffalo Bills after all the injuries they've suffered on D. Pivotal 3rd and 3 now for the Redskins. Campbell. Incomplete. Looking for Santana Moss. And the Redskins go 3 and out.
There's the consecutive 3rd down play where the offense just looks out of sync, where they're out of rhythm between the quarterback and the receivers. Have to wonder if that ball was tipped at the line.
Yep.
Because it fell way short. There it is.
Yeah. The slightest of deflections, but it changed the course of the football. And the punt from Frost. Parrish from the 8 for Buffalo. Glasgow Parrish brought down at the 30-yard line. 47-yard punt, a 22-yard return for Parrish. The Bills take over with 4:48 remaining. Down 16-14 to Washington. Well, next Sunday, doubleheader action on CBS. The Raiders taking on the Packers, or the Chargers meeting the Titans in the nightcap. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers meet Tom Brady and the Patriots. It all begins with JB, Dan, Coach, Shannon, and Boomer on the NFL Today. More people watch NFL games on CBS than any other network. First down for the Buffalo Bills. Handoff to Fred Jackson. Takes the opening and is met by Philip Daniels. A 2-yard gain for the first-year NFL running back out of Coe College.
There's something about this Buffalo Bills football team where they just tend to hang in there, and they've been known to steal it in the end. Prior to losing their last 2 ball games, they had endured a 4-game winning streak where they were just eking out wins by simply hanging in there, either on special teams, defense, or the offense. Someone found a way to make a play.
On a 2nd and 8. Edwards to throw. Forced out of the pocket. Edwards on the move and throws it away. Incomplete with 4 minutes left in the 4th. Philip Daniels applying the pressure. And Solomon, you know as well as I do, this Buffalo team has been through its share of adversity. The Kevin Everett situation, the tight end from Miami who suffered a spinal cord injury in the opener, life-threatening, and all the news has been positive since. But Dick Duran knows what it's like to try to take your team and guide it through troubling times.
And he said it was a difficult week for his team. He said our team hurt as a result of the loss of Sean Taylor as well.
Edwards on 3rd down. The protection holds up. Incomplete. Trying to find Josh Reed in a matchup with Smoot. It's 4th down.
Long way to throw this ball as it's starting to rain a little bit now here at FedEx Field. Edwards throwing this ball, but watch the way that Fred Smoot's able to come up and underneath to get that ball out. Just excellent timing on the coverage.
Mormon the punt. Takes a bounce and rolls and settles in at the 27-yard line. It's a 42-yard punt. The Washington Redskins take over, leading it 16-14.
What I would do, I'll look up and just let him know, man, that if he still want to play, he can play through us. Because I know he still want to play. And the best way he can play is play through us.
Well, Santana Moss echoing the feelings of all of the Washington Redskins, remembering Sean Taylor, number 21, the Pro Bowl safety. And the Redskins feel as if they have the ultimate 12th man here today. Handoff to Portis. Ryan Denny spins him down. It's a gain of 1 to honor the memory of Sean Taylor. You know, when you do an NFL game, you're handed a flip card detailing the depth chart from both teams. The Washington Redskins, as an organization, have decided to keep Sean Taylor on that flip card for the remainder of this season. Number 21 is penciled in as the starter at free safety for the rest of 2007.
And boy, he was like, as we said, a flower in springtime. His career was just beginning to blossom. And you saw several Pro Bowls in his future.
2nd and 9 now for Washington. The game is in their hands here with the lead and the ball. Scooting ahead, it's Portis. And Schobel there defensively once again. A 5-yard gain, sliding down low, and it sets up a critical 3rd and 4.
This is where the offensive line has to be able to power and continue to give movement. After the first down run play, Brian Denny came in from that defensive end position to tackle Portis. Portis did turn to his offensive line and said, hey, guys, you got to seal it off. He's imploring his offensive lineman to get it going, get the guys blocked up front so that he can do the rest.
Buffalo still has 2 timeouts to work with and the 2-minute warning. Washington 16, the Bills 14. 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun. Campbell will throw it underneath. Can Portis get the first down? Yes, he can. First down, Washington. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning.
Just good play by Clinton Portis as he sets it up and powers it in for the first down. He can ride the back of Clinton Portis in this game.
Coming up, Subway postgame show. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower. The latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Subway postgame show. 2 minutes remaining. 4th quarter. Washington with a 16-14 lead over Buffalo and a first down for the Redskins. Portis running. Buffalo calls the quick timeout. And 5 seconds come off the clock. 1:55 remaining, and the Bills with 1 timeout left. If they stop them here and stop them again on 3rd down, force Washington to punt while using their final timeout, Bills could get the ball back with just about a minute or just under a minute left, down by 2.
Well, their previous 4 possessions, you had fumble, interception, and then 2 punts by the Washington Redskins offense. So they have not been productive the last 4 times they've had the ball. This being the most crucial of the game. They need to find a way to possess the ball, run time off the clock, and preserve a win.
Redskins trying to put this game away on a 2nd and 8. From the 42. Moss in motion. On the ground, Portis. And nothing doing. Angelo Crowell among those there. And the Bills have used their final timeout with 1:50 left to play.
Well, the Redskins could be more productive running the ball, but Dick Duran, yes, they're blitzing the linebackers and they're coming free off the edges. And they're able to get penetration before Clinton Portis can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Playoff picture in the NFC. Dallas with that defining win over Green Bay on Thursday night. Wild card picture. Wow, Detroit. Lions season is unraveling, and that's when you have a bunch of teams, including New Orleans and the Redskins and Minnesota and Arizona, still feel like they're in the hunt.
How about the Minnesota Vikings getting back into the race, where right now it looks like they may get the win over Detroit today. Adrian Peterson over 100 yards rushing. He's back healthy. Might the Vikings be able to make a push?
What's the feeling here, Solomon? Risk reward. You run it, you know you can use some clock. You throw it, you may get the first down.
Yeah, I think you have to be able to challenge the defense, but you do run the football. They're smart here, not risking that turnover.
So Portis accelerates. The Bills defense has done its job. Now you'll see the seconds trickle away. Goes down as a 4-yard gain for Clinton Portis. 25 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown today for Portis. But Dick Duran's team will get the ball back.
Well, I think it was a smart play to run the football because you don't want to risk the turnover just trying to go for a first down. I think you have to trust that if you do punt it, your defense can hold up. But more importantly, Bobby Aprils does an excellent job of coaching up his special teams. Roscoe Parrish is back to field this punt. Better be very careful and make sure you get him tackled before he can make a big play.
So Washington uses the timeout just before the play clock expires. An opportunity here for the Redskins to pin the Bills deep with 1:06 remaining. So Derek Frost, the punter, will come out.
It's a big play for the Washington Redskins as well as for Buffalo, because I know they have a return on, and you'd like to think that Roscoe Parrish, with his speed and quickness, that he can make a play, set the table with good field position for your offense. Remember, Buffalo only needs a field goal to come away with a win.
Roscoe Parrish leads the NFL in punt return average, 19 yards per return. Has a 74-yarder and a touchdown this season. The punt from Frost. Returnable. Parrish from the 6. Makes a cut and then brought down at the 23-yard line. Reed Doughty, first man down the field for Washington. It's a 47-yard punt.
And it's good punt coverage by the Washington Redskins. When that ball left the foot of Frost, it was a line drive, and I'm thinking that's not good, because I thought Roscoe Parrish got the ball way too soon before the coverage can get down, but they did an excellent job of containing him and keeping him hemmed in, didn't let him hit that crease and get through the coverage line.
Well, Ryan Lindell has a 52-yarder this season, a career long of 54 yards. Bills have some work to do. 56 seconds remain. Edwards for Buffalo. They'll throw it underneath to Fred Jackson and remains inbounds. The clock is moving. Fred Smoot with a tackle, a 5-yard gain.
If you're Washington, I don't think you can afford to sit back too much in that zone, but more than anything, if you're giving up the underneath catch, you better make the tackle.
Shotgun for Edwards. Rush coming. Edwards, first down throw, and Parrish gets out of bounds. Roscoe Parrish lost the football at the last moment, but it does stop the clock with 27 seconds left and a 10-yard hookup.
But watch the missed tackle. See that missed tackle right there? That's what allows him to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Boy, it was LaRon Landry coming as if he wanted to do some damage.
Line of scrimmage is now the 36. Still need about 30 yards or so to give Lindell a shot. Here's Edwards stepping, firing, and complete. Josh Reed.
Big time throw by the rookie quarterback.
Down to 10 seconds left after the 31-yard completion. And Edwards spikes it. 8 seconds remaining.
This is an excellent throw. Watch how much traffic is around the receiver. Look at the Redskins there, 4 of them. And Josh Reed not afraid to go into harm's way and come out with the football.
Ryan Lindell on for the field goal attempt. It will be a 51-yard attempt for Lindell. He has made 16 in a row.
Doesn't appear to be a lot of wind, just rain falling.
Washington still has 2 timeouts. Remember that. You've got a wet ball possibility with this rain.
The play clock failed to operate during the entire play. We're going to set the team to line of scrimmage with 10 seconds on the play clock.
So they'll have to put more time back on the clock.
Good job.
Just the play clock. Game clock stays at 8 seconds. 51-yard attempt. Joe Gibbs wants the timeout. This won't count. Gibbs called the timeout. That would have been good from 51 yards away for Lindell. But Gibbs clearly got the timeout before the snap.
Clearly called the timeout. I know there's some who don't like this rule or the ability for a coach to call a timeout prior to the kick, but you ask Joe Gibbs if he likes the rule. There you see, made the timeout. Ryan Lindell kicked it anyway. Gotta believe that if you kicked it once, at least you're confident that you can make it.
You've seen it go through. You can now visualize it happening.
Just like golfing, that second golfer, you get that second shot, tends to work out for you.
51-yard attempt for Ryan Lindell. Buffalo looking to take the lead. playoff hopes might be on the line here, and the official comes running out. They'll use their final timeout. Well, Dick Duran coming out. Can they call back-to-back timeouts in this situation? Duran is saying, hey, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it would be a delay of game.
Washington may not call consecutive timeouts, and in this case, to freeze the kicker. By rule, this is unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh, what a turn!
Wow. Dick Duran appropriately informing the officials that he cannot call consecutive timeouts.
The Hall of Famer Joe Gibbs. Back-to-back timeouts. He used the first, and cannot use the second.
You can't do it. And he knows that. Obviously not. Maybe forgetting. A lapse in judgment allows Buffalo to get even closer.
The Redskins got lost in the moment. It's now a 36-yard attempt for Lindell. Mormon will hold it. Lindell on the way. It's good. Buffalo takes the lead with 4 seconds remaining. Wow. What a sequence. Big time throw from the rookie out of Stanford, Trent Edwards, setting up Lindell from 51 yards away. Back-to-back timeouts, and Washington gets the 15-yard penalty. It turns into a 36-yarder for Lindell, and he is dead solid perfect.
They allowed the Bills to hang around. Ryan Lindell finishes the deal for the Buffalo Bills.
On an emotional Sunday afternoon, the seesaw of emotions for this Redskins organization throughout the week. And only to see it develop in this manner is hard to swallow. The Buffalo Bills, they talked about it, Solomon, handling the emotion. They knew what this scene would be like coming out here. If they could get through the first quarter, they felt like they could find solid footing.
Dante Whitner, he said it. We have to weather the storm of emotion in the early going in the game and then make our move in the second half. It's exactly what the Bills did today.
Four seconds remain. Just a challenging week for the Washington Redskins. Arduous. They'll roll it, and now they're looking at Cal Stanford, or are they? John Eubanks covers up, and 3 seconds remain on the clock. Fred Smoot and the rest of the Redskins. A trying set of circumstances, preparing for this matchup with the Bills. They know they've got another one on Thursday night against the Chicago Bears. And the backdrop of emotions following the passing of Sean Taylor early Tuesday morning down in Miami. The funeral will be tomorrow, and the Redskins will attend as a team. 3 seconds remain. Hail Mary situation. We know Campbell can sling it. And they'll go underneath to Portis. And Portis loses the ball. A flag comes down. Ball is still alive. Flag is thrown, though, in the backfield.
There is a penalty on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer, contact to the head of the quarterback, defense. This 15-yard penalty will result in an automatic first down.
How about this? If you're the Buffalo Bills, the game is over. Don't touch the quarterback. Triplet.
Wow.
He hit him. And he hit him right around the head.
Well after he had thrown the ball.
So the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So Washington will have one last hope. And this really is a prayer for the Redskins. Buffalo has sent 3 players basically from the 5-yard line and in. How far can Campbell throw it? We're going to find out. Campbell out of the pocket, a running start. And it's well short. And this game comes to an end. The Buffalo Bills come into Washington on an emotionally charged Sunday afternoon and knock off the Redskins 17-16. Bills improve to 6-6. The Redskins fall to 5-7. In a game that was winnable, Washington was unable to hold on. Trent Edwards, huge play in the passing game in the waning moments. That set up the field goal and the game winner, 17-16. For Solomon Wilcots, our entire CBS crew, this is Ian Eagle. Coming up, Subway postgame show, the NFL on CBS.